Welcome to another episode of The Offspring of a Single Mom, a podcast where I talk about the chapters of my life softly, honestly, and from the strength I learned from the woman who raised me. Speaking of strength I learned from the woman who raised me, cheers to the woman who raised me and to the woman I'm becoming. Happy International Women's Day. This episode is sponsored by Holistic Ventures, a cleaning and pest control service company situated in Ibadan and Lagos. Do well to check them out on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and patronize them. Thank you so much. So I'd like to talk about my moving from Nigeria um to Ghana, and Easy actually inspired this video. I saw her video recently talking about how dangerous Nigerian men abroad are. Hmm. Yes, Nigerian men abroad are very dangerous. And the abroad I went to was not UK or US or Europe. It was even Ghana, just Ghana here. And I can tell you for a fact that yes, you're safer with an outsider or a foreigner in a different country than your fellow Nigerian men. It's crazy. Anyway, when I was moving to Ghana, I had this friend. His name was Timmy. God rest his soul. He's late now. He was the only one I confided in that I was relocating, for school, blah, blah, blah. As excited as I was 16 years old. He told me that, oh, he has a friend in Ghana, like a brother to him. You call them, probably tell them to pick me up and all of that. And, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I just need a place to stay till I go to my school, like the next day or so. So they were like, okay, fine. Like, where they are staying is not even far from the car park. Give me the person's number. And I said, okay, I was going to reach out to the person when I get there. Unbeknownst to me, that they had a plan. They had already planned between themselves. So the people that was going to receive me, the man, his wife, and somebody staying with them as a family friend, a guy as well. So they had a plan that when I come to Ghana, they were going to send his wife, the older one, was going to send his wife to Togo to his friend's place so that, they can be sleeping with me. Yeah, right. They told me this plan by themselves. That's like almost a year after they told me the plans they had for me when I was coming. So when I got there, I was not supposed to stay there for long. But if you watch my previous episode, you understand why I was there for about 3 months before I eventually went to my school like the following year. So they had a plan to, be sleeping with me and send his wife to Togo. His wife was pregnant at the time. So he sent his wife to Togo after like 2 weeks of my arrival because when I came, young and naive, when they saw me, I was not what they were expecting. They were thinking maybe it was one girl from Nigeria that is probably already sleeping around and, they can just be taking advantage of her. But getting there, they were shocked. Or maybe it was just God. So their plans changed. He said after he saw me, he was like, this is not the kind of person that we're expecting. Oh, like, "Omo kekere lele, this one is a very small girl now. That this is not the kind of person that we're expecting, that they can't do that to me." Anyway, I bonded with his wife. We're in the same apartment, four of us in the same room, like a room apartment. So I was like, I was telling her some things. I explained the school situation to them. They were like, okay, go to the school, do like this, do like this. So, and stuff. After like 2 weeks, I was like, I would like to take an apartment, like a room in this same building. Since I think as at then it was 250 CDs per room. And that was like, the name of the place was Caprice. If you're Ghanaian, you know Caprice. It's not far from Seko. So I was like, I would like to take a room here, and they were like, no, 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 there's no need for you to take a room, we can just be staying together. My wife is leaving soon for Togo, the three of us can be I'm like, so I'll be staying in the same room with two guys, like how is that gonna like work? So it's a self-contained, we had our own kitchen and we had our own bathroom. I was like, no, I don't think so. Meanwhile, the food stuff I brought from Nigeria, because they were broke, they were not really doing anything as at then. They were just doing small, small Yahoo, and they were not really making money like that much. So the food stuff I bought from Nigeria, we've been eating it for the past 2 weeks, spending my money and all of that. But I didn't care much because I mean they accommodated me. So eventually I ended up being the one paying the rent for I ended up being the one paying the rent for everybody in the house. I was paying the rent and we were just living and surviving. I'll keep money in between my clothes, somewhere in between my clothes. I'll be hiding my money. He'll go and take my money and use it to drink because that elderly man that time he had a drinking problem. I think he was an alcohol addict. So you go and take my money. I'll go there. I want to buy something. I'll go there. I'll check my money. My money is not there. Hmm. So that aside, after like there were several Nigerians staying in that building. I think there was one celebrity staying there too, as a Puffy T or something like that. Um, there were several Nigerians in that building. So there was one very man like that actually was an Igbo guy. He was staying with this Igbo girl. So you think they were even husband and wife, but they were not. The girl was an actual girl. Like in the evening on Friday, she will wear skimpy dresses. She'll go through the back of the building and go to circle where the actual people used to stay. She would do her thing, come back home, feeding the guy. They were living together, but the guy was the one paying the rent as at then. So this guy pitched to me that, if I want to travel abroad, there is this opportunity that he has. We'll travel, they'll collect our passport, they'll be giving us money, we'll be paying them small, small till we are done paying. It was just a very crazy story. Now that I'm way older, I realized like what he was trying to tell me then. But I can't even like part of me keyed into that idea like, okay, since I'm not going to school right now, maybe I should actually go there and maybe I should actually go there and Ozu and come back and just I was all over the place. And then that man, the man I was staying with was like, show because I don't know how to put it. In Yoruba, they say these people are asheburuku sherere. So he had his good side. So he was like, "Chori ekpe, ma don wo, kiniko kiniko, like don't try it. Like, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're saying? If you go, you are gone for life. Wait till you go tell your mama. Remember that they sent you here for school. Like this, like this." I was like, okay. I was angry at first, because I was like, it's my life now. I can do whatever I want. But he was like, no, 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 you can't do that. I can't even let you do that. In short, whenever you have like a child abroad, please tend to them, especially in a foreign country. Book that flight ticket, no matter how expensive it is. Go visit them, show up for them, send them money. You can never send too much money to your children, especially when they are in school. And especially in a foreign country, book that flight ticket, show up for them, book that bus tickets, go and see your children. This little small gesture can keep them on track, make them feel supported, and just, they will even want to do more, impress you, and say, oh, my dad and my parents are spending so much, my mom is spending so much on me. I need to not disappoint them. These things matter. These little things matter a lot. They say things like, can anything good come out of Nazareth? I come from a very small and significant place in Igbo Motorowa, and where they still use stove and lanterns in 2026. They still shit in the same water they drink and they used to cook. And I want to be that person that will say, I am from so so place. I'll bring light into that place and say, oh, I'm from this place. So something good can come out of this place. When I tell you that, if not for the values and the fear of God that my mom has instilled in me, and I know where I'm coming from and I know where I'm going, I could have gone astray. A lot of things went wrong when I was in Ghana. I could have gone astray. In 200 level, there was recession. A lot of people dropped out and they could not go back to Nigeria because they don't want to tell people, they're ashamed to tell people that, oh, like I can no longer continue paying my school fees, I'm dropping out. Some people don't even know how to tell their parents. A lot of girls ended up becoming a prostitute. They didn't go back to school. They didn't even go back to Ghana. They didn't go back to Nigeria, rather. They're probably still in Ghana as we speak. Or maybe they've gone to another country, continued from there. So many things went wrong. Like, I just want to use this opportunity to also thank everybody that assisted me, that encouraged me. I met a good number of people that encouraged me. They had no business helping me, but they would help me, send me money, encourage me. There was one man like that. I met him on the bus. Anytime he's coming from Nigeria, he will call me. He will say I should meet him in front of my school. He will drop Nigerian provisions for me. He's Ghanaian, by the way. He will drop Nigerian provision for me. He never asked me for anything. At some point, I was thinking like, is this man going to, but till today, he never asked me for anything. We don't even speak anymore. He had no business helping me, but he helped me. I just feel like God has never let me down. He always turns up for me at my lowest. At my lowest, God always shows up. If you remain small like this, make I go astray, God will just send somebody. God will just send somebody. God will just nudge me, like, don't do it. I am with you. Fear not. And I know that the God that has brought me thus far is going to take me to my destination. Guys, with that being said, if this episode resonates with you, share, subscribe, like, and I cannot wait to see you on the next episode. Until next time, keep becoming.